Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. For those of you who are new here, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. In today's video, we are on day 10 of Poetspice's 12 Days of Christmas Cheer, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, recap. I am joining Poetspice along with a lot of other amazing ladies here on YouTube. And for the first 12 days of December, what we're doing is either a Christmas or December holiday related thing. And the thing I chose was to color in my Opals Moments Wholly for Yourself, otherwise known as Forest Girl #3 coloring book, over the 12-day period. So by the time we hit Sunday, December 12th, I will have finished the page. I'm also testing the 12 brands of pencils that I have. So hopefully if you have not seen it, go ahead and check out all of the other videos leading up to day 10, and highly recommend that you go check out the other channels listed in the description box below. Both her coloring channel as well as her crafting channel are also linked below as well. And thank you so much to Poet for creating this 12 Days of Christmas cheer collab thing. Yeah, this is video number 4 for me today. So yeah, so the page that I'm working on, if you are new, is this. We've got 3 more boxes left. I'm going to be using my Prismas in this one, and I'm leaning towards this one right here, and then maybe the Funners here, and then the Black Widows here. The Black Widows and the Funners are in the same pencil case, so when I look at the colors that I have in the Black Widows, then I'll make a call. Because the Black Widows might actually have to be this, because I actually don't know how many, I don't have many Black Widows, so I don't know what color palette that I have. So let's just do this one right here. So we're going to need some blues, some reds, some oranges and some browns, some greens. Okay. And this entire thing is comprised of Prismas, because I do have the 150 set. And as you guys know, I don't sharpen anything, I don't test anything. We're just going by eyeball. Okay. Let's go with these 2. Now my Prismas, actually no, there are still pencils in here, like right there, and right there, and right there. I've never sharpened. So yeah. For Sarah's Coloropoly, one of my tasks are to color my pencils, and I'm going to interpret that as color one of my pencil sets. And just so that I'm in the spirit, I might actually sharpen my Prismas, or I might sharpen my Castle Arts. Maybe I'll do that because I can use my Prismas just fine without sharpening. And that's kind of how I like to do things. Sorry, I got lost on a tangent there. We're gonna go with a light blue, and then something a little darker, and then we definitely have a lot more greens here, but we don't want to go too crazy, so let's go for that one and these 2. If I need to, I can always pull more, but I'd rather not. The presents we're going to keep white and just put any ribbon as red. Although because we have more colors, maybe we can pull one of these really light grays 20% cool gray for the white down there. We'll need gray for the plates. Let's go for this one because it's kind of sharp. And I think we pulled all the browns and oranges we could. Oh, let's do one more. All right, so what is the most pressing element? Let's do the table, the floor, and the chairs. The wall, we might want to do that, so just being aware of what's what. Now, Prismas are actually the reason why, well, that and Andy, I got back into coloring as an adult. I used to love coloring in my teens and my 20s, but I only ever knew about Crayola pencils, and you guys know how I feel about those, and then like fine liners. And I love a detailed page, and that is not conducive to those mediums because, I mean, you can get a page done, but I have patience issues. So I was never able to finish anything. And after a while, I mean, it's nice to own coloring books and, you know, fine liners and Crayola pencils, but if you're not finishing anything, I just felt like it was a waste of my time. Yep. Let's go in with this one and do the door. And again, I like mapping things out. Oh, and so I was telling a story. And then I actually picked up two, I think it was 12-piece sets from Target. And it was like mid 2020 during the pandemic when we were on shutdown. And I wanted to use these in my journal, and I have. And I was amazed about how buttery these are. And I've talked about it before where it's like if you've only used like, you know, dollar store makeup and then you get something that is highly pigmented and it just goes on like butter and it's smooth and it's creamy, the feeling in your hands is, it cannot be described. It is absolutely phenomenal. And I did not realize that this was even a thing. And it really changed my perspective. And then the reason why I mentioned Andy is because over the holidays of 2020, she said she was doing a lot of coloring to de-stress. And I was in planners and journals and collaging, but I'm like, okay, well, I can always find a new way to de-stress. That sounds like a good idea to me. And then as I do, I went a little nuts. So in January of in December of 2020, I had 0 coloring books that I was actually working out of. And I say that because I actually have coloring books that are in my arsenal, but I was using it as background pages. I wasn't using it to color. Those don't match. And now it's, December 2021. I haven't counted. I haven't done an updated collection list, but I'm probably upwards of 80 coloring books. And for some, that's like, oh my God, that's like 74, too much. And for others, it's like, girl, what are you doing with your life? You've got less than 100? Ugh. I can't even with you right now, Johanna. But yeah, I really lean hard into my hobbies because I do like to use them as a way to unwind. And so forever, Prismas will hold a spot in my heart, even though they're not my favorite. I talked about this in the last video, that I actually have a pencil that I like more than this. So number 3 would be my Lumis. I talked about that. Number 2 is my Prismas. And number 1 is actually my Brutfunners. So that's the chair. It must end right there. Okay. And this definitely looks smoother. What was 6? Mondo Llamas. That looks smoother than this. So this one we might actually, oh no, that's horrible. We might actually have to pull in the blender. All right, I have 2. I have the Caran Dache blender and I have the Prismacolor blender. There's pigment on here and you're probably cringing, and that's okay. But if you want to see how I truly do things, welcome to my world. All right, so let's see if we can smudge these together. Because even at this point, oh, it's less about the color and more about the texture that's coming off on the page. Now I'm not pressing very hard, but it does smooth it out. Because the Prismas definitely seem grainier. What does this do? Oh, I think that one works even better. This is some weird plasticky thing. I don't know what it is exactly, but this has a texture. Okay, so there definitely is some weirdness going on here. And that's me. I didn't want to pull more colors, but clearly I should have. And there's a line there. It's and it could be the way that I color. I've kind of burnished something in unintentionally. Just like here, there's scratches that were already there. And you can see one right there, but we're not gonna let it deter us. And I guess while it blends, it kind of picks up some of the pigment. How does it work over here? Yeah, it definitely makes it smoother. And there really is a transition there, but I think the tabletop looks a little better. Maybe I should stop picking up this mahogany red. Maybe that's part of the problem. Okay. All right. Sienna brown, because these are definitely more brown than the table. So let's see if we can smush some browns together. And then kind of buff it out. Now these are soft. I think I was just going on about that just a little bit ago. But they're also the waxiest. And I think that's kind of why they're so soft, is because they are mostly wax. So think like a crayon. And so because of that, the whole smushiness thing works really well, but it does feel very slick. So there's actually two chairs. So there's the one chair here, and then there's a chair right there. I don't know if I'm doing a good job defining those two. Okay, and let's do some red in there and in there. And we'll come back with the Caran Dache. And again, the only reason we're using this is because the other pencils, once we layered, seem to do this automatically without me having to press very hard. Let's do the same here. Just going to go over it lightly. And hopefully the blue will help tie in the top, or we'll need to go in. Because you guys know I'm at that point where I'll go over it. You can't tell me nothing. Let's get these greens. Oh, see, that's a nice tie-in for this one. We'll add some of this here. And some of the dark one. This one doesn't want to put any more layer on top because there are quite a few layers there already. With that one. That didn't really do anything. Okay, so back to the pencil in my hand. Yep, that's looking okay. Smudge the color so it matches more of there. Oh, well, at least that's the last of the windows. That's good. We are getting rid of elements. And there, and there, and there. Underneath there. And then let's come in with this one. Because the blue up here is a little darker, we'll just kind of bring it down. And again, it's not because of shadows as much as just to bring some interest to the glass. This one up here is more of like an electric blue, although I think that was literally the color on it. Okay, I think the blues work fine. We're going to bring some of this up. Not much, just enough to tie, because this is also the last of the door. It does make our candle flame right there a little problematic. But again, it's more of a sum of the whole. Okay, I think that's doable right there. Looks a little bit more seamless now. Okay, so let's try that trick with the presents. So these would be in shadow because the light's coming down, right? That's how this works. I don't know if this actually does anything. And I can see some light coloring, but I don't know if you guys can. Okay. And we can actually put this on the plates. And come in with the I think the gray that we used over there was warmer. This is a cool gray. It's quite striking though, so we'll just bring that over here. Put a little bit in here, just because there's a little bit in there. With the red, there are leaves on there. We are not going to bother with leaves, so we're just going to color right over it. And this one we're going to press fairly hard. And come in with this one. Now it makes sense with this mahogany red. And we'll do a little bit of gray and a little bit of blue. And we'll come in with this and kind of scratch it out. Again, probably could use a good sharpening. But otherwise, I think that looks okay. All right, so let's tackle this tree. Oh, that's a bulb. So the tree is here. And because this one is so waxy and so pigmented, the little balls, which I actually think are the Christmas lights, we are just going to miss as much as, or we're going to go over as much as we can. But the bigger ones, we are going to try and miss. Because I think if we put this underneath, the red and the green will actually blend together. And I kind of want to avoid that. Okay, so let's come in really lightly, because we can always go back over. And that one right there. Okay. That's a gray, not a green. Moss green definitely pulls a bit warmer than up there. But we'll just bring it down. And then there is this one. Nope, we need something like a vibrant green. So I pulled, I mean, it doesn't matter, I haven't shown you anything else. Peacock and grass. Maybe we need grass. Maybe that's the color. Oh yeah, that's definitely better. Okay. I'm going to do one more pass through with one of those olivey greens, but this definitely brought the brightness that I'm seeing up there, so that's good. And our trees have had this kind of sketched, or yeah, I guess that's the best descriptor. So we'll tie this coming down. And now we've just got to make our ornaments more vibrant. The reds don't match. Just coming in again, I think these are supposed to be white lights, but even though I'm cheating and going in other places, I don't want to introduce either a white gel pen or glitter gel pen, because I think this actually would look really good in glitter gel pen. So we're just gonna make these look like a garland of mini balls. If you're wondering if I was too lazy to turn around and see if I had another red, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not taking any more color, so I can keep fussing with it if I want to. Oh, I just saw that. So we'll do green. And the candle's there, so I'm thinking the light should be shining there, but I have that rule, so we're gonna do that. Do a little bit of that. A little bit of this. Oh, that was a little bit too much. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very much one who's like, okay, well, let's do that. Now let's do that. Now let's do that. And I do hop around the page quite a bit. And we'll put some in there. That is definitely not the right color. Let's do some brown. And then smudge it. So yeah, I definitely think these look better once they're smudged out. I'm not going to do it here because I don't want to bleed the green into the red. Although it looks like it could use more of this down here. And doing that method actually kind of works with the tree because it makes it look like texture. Okay, I think we should color that right there. Because the presents look kind of boring. All right, I think we're nearly there, guys. Just filling around now. And I might have to come back at the end of it and add some more color here. Is that the tree base? Should that be tree? Let me bring that down. Oh, that's way too green. Got a little overzealous with the pressing. And then let's take our darkest brown that's on here and color that in. Because I think that's what the tree is sitting in. Yeah, that belongs to that side. Just gonna add some randomness so that seems less of a mistake. Okay, I think we have all of the elements on a page. I think we're looking good so far. It definitely helped with this one, and I definitely do like this better than the Prisma one. Now, for a rating standpoint, it gives me pigment. But I don't like how it slips. It's certainly up there with the Castle Arts, but it would actually not be my go-to in here. So I gave it a 4-star because I could certainly make it work, but the waxiness on this paper, I'm not sure that I'm a big fan of. Okay, well, we've got these 2 sections to go. I'm pretty sure this will be the Brepfunners, and that will mean this will be Black Widow, so long as I have enough browns, because this is basically all beiges and browns. Oh, and blue. And I don't know what I have in my Black Widows, so we'll have to figure that out. That might bite us in the butt, because if I don't have a blue, then I'll just borrow from somewhere else. All right, guys, well, day 10 down. It's starting to come together. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, aloha.